as a spy.
Hi, Bob. We get to go back in.
She had us to come out and tell a joke out there.
Okay, well, this is a three-part deal tonight. We have skits that are hilarious, we have songs that are glamorous, and we have a melodrama. And when the villain comes out in a melodrama, we go, boo, hiss! Right. And when the heroine comes out, we go, ah! So when the hero comes out, it's, no, don't say shoot him. What did you say? This is our 22nd year of doing this, and thanks to you people, we hope to do it for another 22 years, because without you, we wouldn't be up here. Now, the fire marshal has asked me to say a few things about exits, which are the entrances that you came in, you turn around and they're exits, and that's the way you get out of here, and down these stairs, and out that way if need be, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Restrooms are down here on the other side of the bar, which is a great place to put them. Thank you. There's no smoking inside, but the restrooms are inside, so don't confuse the two, please. Hey, you guys enjoy your show.
Welcome aboard, everyone. It's time to cruise on into Act 1, Scene 1.
Starts with a gentle beat. It's just for you. We see the audience on the edge of their seats. It's just for you. The lights come up with a gentle glow. We see the folks who sit in the very first row. But whether far or near, we're glad you're here. It's just for left and right. It's just for you, and there is still a hush as they come into sight. It's just for you, our voices join, the excitement grows. We know that some of you are even tapping your toes. But what is very clear is that we're glad you're here. It's just for you. For you. Oh, it's been this way since 1982. It's just for you. Oh, our numbers keep on growing. Oh, our smiling faces showing that it's clear. We're glad you're here. It's just for you. Streets will make you wanna laugh and shout. It's just for you. It's just for you. And so it's just around it out.
Let's see who's around this late tonight. Hello, Kathy. How are you?
Hello, Ray. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty beaten. I was just on my way to bed.
Oh, I don't want to keep you. Just checking in. Glad someone can sleep.
What's up, Ray? Did you have a rough day?
Nah, nothing unusual. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Night. LOL.
LOL. Lots of love. Right, phony.
Oh, yeah. I loved your jokes the other day. A little naughty, but I thought they were funny.
Phony, yet perceptive. Thanks.
What's up? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
What's happening, Randy? What a burnout.
Hey, there's this big blowout of a party. Tomorrow night. It's not to be missed.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. Let me check my palm. I don't see anything, so I guess I'll be there.
Great. Meet me at the Somerville Grill at 8. Later, dude.
Later. I can't believe I hang out with that guy.
Yo, Ray, you out there?
Uh-oh, my bookie. Yeah, Bobby, how's it going?
A lot better if you could get caught up.
I can pay you tomorrow night.
The whole thing?
Not if I can help it. Sure.
When and where?
How about, Max Tavern at 8? That's on the other side of town from the Somerville Grill.
Okay, out.
Well, maybe I'll try and get some sleep.
Ray, you don't want to go to bed just yet.
Who are you?
I am the Lord, Ray.
Right, like I believe that.
Well, you should believe it, Ray.
Seriously, is that you?
No, it's not, Hardy.
Come on, who is this?
It's the Lord, the Almighty, the Creator, Big G.
Okay, wise guy. What am I thinking about?
Paula Petrolunga, your 11th grade girlfriend.
Wow, if this is some trick,
It's no trick, Ray.
why are you using instant messenger?
Well, I've tried other ways to contact you, but you haven't been paying much attention lately. I haven't exactly seen you in mass a lot lately.
Well, I've been pretty bad these past few
Years. Don't forget who you are communicating with. You haven't been a regular since you blamed me for Scott Norwood's kick going wide right into
I lost $20 on that hit. Why are you trying to contact me?
You're one of my sheep, Ray, and you are lost.
You really are a shepherd.
Nah, I just love that old analogy. The old timers were really into talking like that. I always thought that it confused them with all those these and that's and thines and begottens.
So now you're using computers. Is that like a modern day miracle?
No, Ray, I don't like to do miracles anymore. They're too flashy. The last miracle that I really did was the 1986 World Series. Even that was really misunderstood by the people. They blamed poor Bill Buckner. Well, the game was really over by then. I get a kick how they try to explain their futility on the curses of Bambino. Actually, I would love to see the Red Sox win just once.
But why the internet?
And the internet is just how I am talking to you. With Moses, it was a burning bush. With you, it's a dell, dude.
That was really funny. You have a sense of humor.
Well, of course I do. Who do you think created humor? I'm just bothered by humor that hurts people. By humor that uses shock. Where's the talent in that? Who was funnier than Abbott and Costello, Laurel and Hardy, Burns and Allen, the Three Stooges, Lucille Ball, Red Skelton? Did you ever hear them swear? That was humor. Today it's how many four-letter words you can string together before you get a laugh. That's not funny. That's sad.
I see now. You want me to go around having people stop telling dirty jokes, right?
Easy, Abraham. You gotta walk before you can run. Let's start with you cleaning up your own life first.
So what do you want me to do?
You don't know where you're going. You've lost ambition and respect for yourself. It's time to grow up and clean up your act.
You sound pretty concerned. Kind of worried. In fact, you sound like my parents.
Now you got it, Ray.
So you've been talking to me all these years through my parents?
Among others, yes. Love is my preferred way to communicate. When people take time to listen, they can always hear me.
I'll be happy to do as you say, Lord.
Good, Ray. I'm glad we had this little chat.
Is there anything else I can do?
For now, just remember our conversation and do your best. I'm always looking after you.
Thank you, Lord.
And Ray?
Yes, Lord?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
God.
God who?
God who go now. Good night, Ray.
Goodbye, Lord. Thank you. I better get to bed. I have a big, big day tomorrow. God to go now. He cracks me up.
Hello, my godfather. You have a busy schedule today as usual. There are two waiting to see you, and I respectfully remind you that today is your court case.
What are the charges in today's case?
Nothing serious. Extortion.
Again? That is the second time this month.
I know, it seems that the district attorney lacks imagination.
Have you contacted the judge that is handling our case?
Oh, she's been well taken care of, my godfather. 2 round-trip tickets to Tahiti, a suitcase full of unmarked bills, and a brand new Lexus in her driveway.
Do you think she will cooperate?
I don't know, godfather. She's got a reputation of being a straight arrow.
Well, our hotshot, high-priced lawyers are there to represent us. I am sure that things will go well.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Melanie Felony. Be seated. Today we are hearing the case of the vile, corrupt, contempt, despicable state of New York versus the Godfather.
An auditor from the IRS, Miss Shirley Demeanor, is here to see you, godfather.
Please send her in, Rocco. Hello, Miss Demeanor. What can I do for you today?
There are a few questions about your tax return that I'd like to clear up, Mr. Godfather. It says here that you made $32,650,000 in taxable income last year. Exactly what is it you did to make $32,650,000 in taxable income?
I'm a pushcart vegetable salesman.
You made $32,650,000 selling vegetables from a pushcart?
I got a good location.
Certainly. It also says here that you listed a 2004 Mercedes as a business expense. Exactly what is it you need a 2004 Mercedes for when you're operating a vegetable pushcart business?
That's because the 2004 Mercedes is my pushcart.
If it's a Mercedes, why don't you drive it?
Then it wouldn't be a pushcart. You got something against tradition?
Mr. Godfather, it also indicates here that you have 6 men as employees. What do you need 6 men as employees for with a vegetable pushcart business?
Do you know how many men it takes to push a 2004 Mercedes?
Mr. Godfather, I'm going to have to look at your books and records, I'm afraid.
It is good that you're afraid. I got a question. Why are you always picking on us little guys? Why don't you come work for me? I'll pay you $175,000 a year and you drive a new Cadillac car.
Would I have to push a luxury car up Market Street?
Those positions are already filled.
Well, Well, if you could give me a couple weeks, that would give me an opportunity to expedite your tax refund.
It as well. Rocco will show you to your new office.
Thank you, Mr. Godfather.
Mr. Gino Scarzanaface requests an audience with you, my godfather.
Please send him in.
Rocco.
Hello, Gino. Sit down, please. What can I do for you today?
Oh, my God, Father, I'm a believe in America. I'm a believe in a justice. I'm a believe in amore, a love at the first sight, and the Easter Bunny. I'm a believer that for every drop of a rain that falls, a flower.
Gino, I believe I'm gonna be sick. Come to the point.
My God, Father, I'm a coming here for to ask a favor.
But you already owe me a favor.
Oh, I beg your pardon, God, Father, but then my son's most recent favor pay you back for my existing favor.
Favors are not transferable without prior approval. But I will take it into consideration.
Thank you, God, Father. I'm asking for a personal favor.
I've got limits on my personal favors. 6 personals and you're out.
Pasta Bazul! Only 6, God, Father. On the west side, the God, Father of the powerful Perry family. Me, he offers a 27 favors.
Gino, those are flavors, not favors. Now let me get this straight. You come here to ask a favor while you still owe a favor. But you hope to ask me to waive the favor, or perhaps replace it with the little shaver's favor, while you still savor the flavor favor of this other family's favor. Or perhaps you would like...
God, Father, you do me a favor. You forget about I ever come here today.
It is done. That is 2 that you owe me.
One day in Naples, underneath the maples, I ate lasagna.
So the first man prayed to God, saying, God, please give me the strength to cross this river. And poof, God gave the man big arms and strong legs, and he was able to swim across the river in about 4 hours. Seeing this, the second man prayed to God, please God, give me the strength and the tools to cross the river. And poof, there appeared a rowboat, and he rowed across the river in just an hour. And the third man prayed to God, saying, God, please give me the strength, the tools, and the intelligence to cross this river. And poof, God turned him into a woman. Yards upstream and walked across the bridge.
Aren't you Candy Dabble?
Aren't you Anne Howe?
How long has it been?
Wasn't it 1983? No, wait, wasn't it 84?
Is that when we graduated?
You graduated?
Didn't you?
Does the GED count?
Are you pulling my leg?
Have you ever known me to be serious?
Don't you ever change?
How about a Heineken?
Will that be two?
Would you like one, Anne?
Are you buying?
Are you kidding? So, Anne, what do you do?
Have you heard of my partner, Dewey? Dewey Cheatham?
Are you a lawyer? Are you the Howe and Dewey Cheatham Anne Howe?
Are you shocked?
Am I shocked? What do you think?
Can I give you my card?
Didn't you handle that Godfather case recently?
You heard of that one, eh?
How could anyone not have heard of that one?
Were you surprised at the verdict?
Was anyone shocked the judge threw that case out of court?
Have you heard if the judge is back from Tahiti yet?
Why would she hurry back?
Wouldn't you be anxious to drive your new Lexus?
Wouldn't I be surprised to have one?
So what's your profession, Candy?
Have you seen those commercials for the combination hardware store and fishing gear shop?
Do you own Dabble, Spackle, and Tackle?
Have you been in our shop?
Who hasn't? How did you get into that business?
Remember when that store was a small bakery that also carried a line of combination locks?
Wasn't that Shirley's Bagels and Locks? You bought out Shirley?
Do you remember the store that was next to Shirley's?
Wasn't that the combination tool store and light furniture store that Jules Laverne owned?
If you remember Jules, Tools, and Stools, can you guess what happened next?
Did you buy the bait shop on the other side of Squiggly Squiggly Squirmers and combine them all?
After cutting bagels and dropping stools, I thought I'd honor the previous owners and call it Laverne and Shirley's. But I thought that was a little too odd, don't you think?
Anything else to you ladies?
Do you have any snacks? Are you hungry, Anne?
Will it take us long for Wade? It's 5 minutes too long. Do you like the pot?
Do you make them nuclear?
Do you have a death wish? Will it be 1 or 2 dozen? Can we just keep them coming for now?
So, Anne, are you still a big sports nut?
Oh, did you think that would ever change?
Would you like to be my guest at the hockey game tonight?
At the Garden? Are you serious?
Have you ever seen the game from a corporate box?
Is there time for me to run home and change?
Why did we ever lose contact with each other?
Isn't this great, though? You ladies want these mints to go?
Hello, 911? I just found a dead body on Eucalyptus Street. Spell eucalyptus? U-K... Look, I'll drag the body over to Oak Street and you can pick it up there. decided on his rounds that he would check out the cognitive skills of 3 of the old gentlemen that were living there. So he said to the first old gentleman, "What is 3 plus 2? And the old man said, 257. So the doctor said to the second gentleman, "What is 3 and 2? And the second old man said, "Tuesday." And the doctor asked the third man, "What is 3 and 2? And the third gentleman said, 5. And the doctor was totally impressed by this. So he said, "Well, excuse me, sir, but how did you come up with that?" And the third man said, "Oh, it was simple. I just subtracted 257 from Tuesday."
Boy, the way the Beatles play.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Like us we hadn't made. Those were the days.
And you know who you were then?
Girls were girls and men were men.
Mister, we could use a man like Richard Nixon again.
Didn't have no welfare states.
Everybody pulled his weight.
G.R. Ford, Pinto,
and great. Those were the
Edith, what time is dinner?
We have to wait for the kids to get here.
Kids, jeez, can't I have one Sunday when I don't get heartburn? Ever since her divorce from the meathead, Gloria's been a royal pain in the keister. And her new husband, Spork, whatever, is a real pinhead.
Archie, we ain't getting any younger, and it's important we should have our loved ones around as often as possible.
My permt exactly. Now get me a beer, will you?
Okay, Archie.
Eat it! Oh, jeez. I gotta do everything myself around here. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm here to see if I can sell you a wonderful product.
No. Eat it!
Come in, Archie. Here's your dinner.
Oh, thanks, I was getting perched here. Now, what about dinner?
They should be here any minute. I'll go check on the roast.
You do that, Edith.
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, hi there, little girl.
Live long and prosper, Mr. Bunker.
Shut up, Pinhead.
Daddy.
All right, all right.
Oh, good. We're all here.
Oh, let's eat.
Would you offer grace for us?
Of course, Mom.
I hate when he says that.
Please accept our plea with no obligation, implied or illicit, for an environmentally conscious, socially responsible, low-stress, non-addictive, gender-neutral meal, practiced in the most enjoyable traditions of one's religious persuasion of choice. Or,
Amen.
That was lovely, Spot.
Yes, it was, honey. Very politically correct.
That was crapola.
Daddy, that's not nice. Now, Spock tried very hard not to offend anyone, so you apologize.
If I do, can I eat in peace?
Yes.
My apologies, Pinhead.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Archie.
thank you, Mr. Bunker.
You said in peace.
Gloria, so how How's everything with married life?
Fine, Mom. The counselor says we're exhibiting all the signs of a healthy human-Vulcan relationship.
All signs seem to be within acceptable parameters.
Ain't that great, Archie?
So, Daddy, how's your bowling team doing?
Oh, little girl, I'll tell you what, we're in first place. There ain't nobody gonna catch us.
Isn't.
What?
Ain't is not a generally accepted contraction for use in polite, educated society.
You pinhead, you! For your information, ain't happens to be in the official dictionary as written by Mr. Thomas Alva Webster himself. Therefore, ain't is a perfectly good word to be used in either polite or impolite society.
Noah.
What?
Noah Webster.
Hey! Don't you get sacrilegious in my house. I got you there, college boy. The good book happens to be my area of expertise. First off, Noah, who was the son of Adam and Eve, climbed Mount Sadat, and where he found the top 10 commandments, which was written on the tables of graphite, when he found in the belly of that whale that was stranded there when the flood let up on Easter morning. That is exactly why your Catholics don't eat meat on Friday, which is why they call it Friday, for fish fry. Fish Friday.
Your interpretation of biblical events is certainly unique, and your mixed metaphors are beyond explanation.
Well, thank you, and you just remember that.
Gloria, so what are you and Spock doing this afternoon?
We're going to the big protest at the Glowing Rock nuclear plant.
Oh, I can't eat no more.
I'll clear the table now.
I'll help you, Mom. Spock, why don't you go relax until it's time for us to leave?
I believe that I shall. Well, it appears that Congress is in recess once again.
So what's new? Them guys is always on vacation. But, you know what I mean? They're sport, but,
Spock.
Whatever. Anyhow, if they ain't in Washington, they can't raise my taxes. Back in the good old days, Richard E. Nixon would have never stood for this crapola, but you wouldn't remember that, seeing as how he was on Mars at the time.
Vulcan?
Whatever.
Mr. Bunker, it is apparent to me that there's a great deal of animosity toward me, which tends toward hostility. Yet, to my knowledge, I've done nothing whatsoever to injure you in any manner. Is it because I am of a different race?
A different race? My good friend George Jefferson was of a different race. You're of a different species.
So it is because I am an alien.
An alien? You Mexicans are aliens. You're from Orc.
Vulcan.
Whatever.
Mr. Bunker, I am indeed married to Gloria, a fact which neither of us intend to change. I love her dearly and will continue to support her for as long as we both shall continue in this dimension. This is a preferable situation to the various alternative lifestyles facing the human species in this continuum.
You got a point there, Spike, and I ain't talking about your ears either.
I shall regard that as a major breakthrough in our interpersonal relationship.
Oh, don't go getting mushy on me. Jeez, it's because I'm a sensitive guy.
Come on, Spock, or we'll be late. Bye, Mom.
Right.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Mom.
Oh, I hate when he says that.
Live long and prosper, Archie.
So long there, Spink. Whatever.
Oh, Archie, I'm so proud of you.
Why's that, Edith?
Well, you didn't call Spock a pinhead or a meathead. Or what was that one last week? Oh, yeah, a pointed incomputed ship dip.
I guess I am getting sensitive in my old age.
No, Archie, I always known you were more sensitive than you ever let on to anybody. You're just an old softy.
All right, Edith, but let's keep that all in the family, huh?
Female police officer pulled over a blonde female driver for speeding. And the cop said to the driver, "May I see your license?" So as the driver was looking through her purse, she said, "Now, what does that look like?" And the officer said, "It's that little thingy with your picture on it." So she opened up her compact, looked in the mirror, and handed it to the police officer. He looked in the mirror, handed it back to to the driver and said, if you would have told me you were a police officer in the beginning, we could have avoided all this.
Everyone knows. Sing it out loud from your head to your toes. Everyone, ooh, papa. Ooh, papa, that's how it goes. Ooh, papa, everyone knows. Sing it out loud from your head to your toes. Everyone, ooh, papa. In the town of Mendon, this party you're attending is where all friends will gather at least once a year. People from around town all come because they have found the best folks in the country are partying here. Ooh, papa, that's how it goes. Ooh, papa, everyone knows. Sing it out loud from your head to your toes. Everyone, ooh, papa. If you're getting weary from sitting too long, dearie, stand up and raise your voice as we sing this refrain. If you're getting weary from sitting too long, dearie, stand up and raise your voice as we sing this refrain. If you're getting weary from sitting too long, dearie, stand up and raise your voice as we sing this refrain. Let us hear your voices, sing with us on the chorus, and maybe you can join us next year on the stage. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Sing it out loud from your head to your toes. Everyone, ooh, papa. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Sing it out loud from your head to your toes. Everyone, ooh, papa.
Get ready to dock as you're going ashore. It's time for intermission.
Hey, Trudy! Hey, Charlene! Get out here! It's a time of celebration, rowdy fun, and liberation.
Dancing to those new jazz notes. Women now can finally vote.
With the freedom they've enjoyed, flappers now read Sigmund Freud.
Ziegfeld Follies on Broadway. Talking movies flicker away.
Rumble seats are everywhere.
Rising skirts get quite a stare. Prohibition won't stop the fun. There's bathtub gin for everyone.
Speakeasies throughout the land. Join us now, come hear the band.
Dance to Charleston, it's a breeze. Should be right down to your knees.
Cool on down, honey. These red beads remind me of the passion in your heart. These white beads remind me of the purity in your soul. These blue beads remind me of the bruises on my body.
The farmer in Mendon has a lovely farm. He actually manicures the hedgerows, and he really treats this place beautifully. Out back in a nice secluded spot, he made himself a gorgeous swimming hole, a nice little pond with a sandy beach. He had picnic tables all around, and a nice gazebo set up, a little horseshoe pit and a basketball court. And occasionally he'd wander around the farm just to check things out. Well, one August evening, he took a stroll down, the sun was just beginning to set, and all of a sudden he heard some tittering and giggling going on and a lot of splashing. So he kind of moved up and discovered there was a bevy of buff young ladies swimming sans bathing suits. You know, skinny dipping. For some of you, that's naked. Well, so as not to embarrass them, he kind of cleared his throat, and the girls were surprised and swam out to the raft. One of the girls yells out, "We're not coming out until you leave." Well, with a little twinkle in his eyes, he looked over and said, "Girls, I don't care if you're swimming here. I'm not here to chase you out or anything like that. You know, it's fine. I just came down to feed my alligator."
I am a small part of the world. I have a small voice to be heard. But if I can speak to you, and if you speak freely too, together we
is a land that heaven blessed, and this lovely land is mine. This lovely land is
Quiet on the set! Quiet on the set! An evening of fine art starring Master Thespian. Cameras rolling. 4, 3.
Hello there. Welcome to an evening of fine art. I am your host, Master Thespian. Tonight, I shall be interpreting one of the great bard's least known works, The Merchant of Mendon. It is a tragic tale of seafaring men who, while at sea for many years, were suddenly stricken with a mysterious malady that rendered them all exceedingly bow-legged. As the returning sailors disembark from their mighty vessel, the local citizenry stare at them. An ominous and eerie silence falls over the crowd as they comment about the hideous bow-legged condition which afflicts the mariners. A young boy, after watching bow-legged sailor after bow-legged sailor coming down the gangplank, finally can stand it no longer and turns to his father and says, "Dear father, I entreat thee a question. My son, thou art thus indeed the fruit of my tree, but methinks thou dost query in a manner formed much by thy matron, my spouse, both loud and continuous. Proceed as thou dost need. Seest thou the scores of men descending yon sea-going craft? Verily, boy, come quickly to that question which burns thine soul so deeply, yet is cause for my trepidation. I pray thee, hark, what manner of men are these who walk with their legs as parentheses? Is there any doubt as to why he is truly the great bard? And now, a treat for us all. Tonight we have with us a reporterette from one of the nation's premier art journals, the Honeoye Falls Tattler. She wanted to do a feature story about Master Thespian, and I wanted to share that experience with you, my loyal fans. Please join me in welcoming Lotta Construe. Good evening, Miss Construe, and welcome to an evening of fine art. This must be quite an honor for you.
Oh yes, Master Thespian. I have idolized you since I was a small girl.
Thank you.
A very small girl.
Yes.
As did my mother when she was a small girl.
Of course.
Years and years ago.
Do you have any questions for me?
I do. What great artistic endeavors are you currently gracing?
I'm delighted that you should ask. Currently, I am starring in the Monsignor Schnacky production of Bedazzled and Boo Razzled. Now, in the show, I play several roles which would befuddle one of lesser aptitude. But I do only what I can do. Ergo, what I do.
And you do.
Acting!
That sounds incredibly exciting. Which is your most challenging role?
Amusing that you should ask that question. One of the roles that I play is of a very common, very ordinary person. Common in appearance, common in demeanor. Now, you might think that would be difficult for someone such as me to play. But with some marvelous makeup, I'm able to pull it off with my usual brilliance. In fact, I have a photograph which will illustrate the magnificent transformation which I am able to achieve. My dear Miss Construe.
Acting is a craft that must be honed and sharpened over many years until it is as a symphony which titillates the visual, auditory, and tactile senses, transforming the audience to another space and time. Each performance must gently grasp the heart, gently caress it, and then place it back into the empty chest cavity from whence it came, leaving not a single scar.
Master Thespian, are you saying that great acting is like great bypass surgery?
Exactly so!
Another question for you. What is it that motivates you?
Acting! It is the true reality of life. Life imitates art, and the greatest art is acting! The true greats, like Barrymore, Gielgud, myself, Olivier, and Schwarzenegger! All share that same drive to create the perfect character for each part. That drive to portray each part with a passion that gives true credit to both actor and author.
Are you suggesting then that money is not a motivator for you?
Of course it is, my dear woman. I was only acting!
Thank you, Master Thespian. It has been quite an honor.
Thank you, my dear.
And now, back to the Merchant of Mending.
As our story continues, our hero, Desi, has disembarked the mighty vessel and has made his way to his cottage where he is to be reunited with his wife, Lucille, a flame-haired beauty from a distant land. As we return to our story, he opens the door to his cottage and says, "Lucy, I'm home."
Fellow died one day and found himself in a long line for judgment. And as he stood there, he noticed that some people were being led straight through the pearly gates of heaven. Others, though, were led over to Satan, who threw them into the fiery pit. And every once in a while, a poor soul was led by Satan over to a pile over on the side. So being curious, the man decided to ask Satan about that pile over on the side. And Satan said, "Ah, those. They're from upstate New York, still way too cold and wet to burn."
Sportella. How many points is that, Dorothy?
Sportella? There's no such word, Rose.
Well, if there isn't, it should be. It sounds so sexy.
Blanche incontinence sounds sexy to you.
Oh, Sophia, it does not. Not really, just because you suffer from incontinence.
I am not incontinent. Once I laughed a little too hard, had a little accident.
Rose, Sportella is not a word.
Well, isn't that what they call that football game broadcaster? What was his name? Howard Cosell. A sportella. One who tells of a sport.
No, Rose, that would not be right.
Give it to her, Dorothy. I feel
that reminds me of a story about St. Olaf. Oh, Rose, honey, dust reminds you of St. Olaf. My cousin Ingmar was a sportella. Ingmar was a little different. He used to do bird imitations. What's wrong with that? Well, let's just say you didn't want to park your car under their oak tree.
I feel like we're in the Twilight Zone. We got on a train and we ended up in Rose's mind.
Wow, that was loud. Hurricane Carter must be getting real close.
Ooh, that frightens me. Where is my Elvis pillow? Oh, me too. I haven't been this scared since 1952, when St. Olaf's most active volcano threatened to erupt. Fortunately, there were some druid priests in town for the opening of the newest theme park, Stonehenge Land. They said that they could stop the volcano from erupting by sacrificing the town's dumbest virgin. I don't know why I raised my hand.
Ma, where are you going? I'm going to fill some sandbags. There's a hurricane a-coming.
Coming?
That's right. People use the when there's a big storm a-coming or a brewing. So grab a sack and start a-shoveling.
There's no hurricane a-coming. I was just kidding.
Don't patronize me, Dorothy.
I'm not patronizing you. I'm mocking you.
Let's not think about the storm. Does anybody have any gossip? Oh, I got some bad news today. I got a call from somebody back home, and they are doing the most horrible thing. They're tearing down the most important building in Blanche Devereaux's family history.
Oh, they're tearing down Mattress World?
No, worse than that. They're tearing down the place where I spent my happiest moments as a child.
Oh, I'm sorry, Blanche. They're tearing down Boys Town.
No, it's the old recreation center.
Blanche, a terrible thing has happened to you. But when life does something like this, you've got to remember a couple of things. First, you've got your health, right?
Yes.
You can still walk, right?
That's true.
Great. Go get me a glass of water.
Well, I had something happen today. My car broke down. When I went to the garage, they were kind enough to give me a ride home. Oh, by the way, Chuck said to say, yo. Chuck from Mobile or Chuck from Sunoco? Sunoco. Big Chuck from Sunoco or little Chuck from Sunoco?
Blanche, I think you're spending too much time at the full-service island.
Would anyone like a little more lasagna?
Oh, no, thank you, Sophia. I'm absolutely stuffed. Why, I'll have to go on the St. Olaf's I can't believe this is cheese diet.
Oh, and what is that, Rose?
Well, you eat just rice.
Well, I guess that'll work for you. I really got to do something. I'm feeling pretty bad about myself with all this weight gain.
You know, Dorothy, when I feel low self-esteem, I have a little exercise I do. I say my name, and then I say 3 positive things about myself. I'm Blanche Devereaux. I'm beautiful. Men find me desirable. And people want to be my friend. Now, Dorothy, you try it.
No, I don't want to.
Oh, come on, please, you try it.
Okay. I'm Dorothy Zbornak. I'm beautiful. Men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend.
Oh, no, I think I confused you there. I meant 3 things that apply to you. Like, I'm Dorothy Zbornak. I'm a good speller, and I'm very prompt, and, well, there's no law that says there have to be 3 good things.
I just thought of a 3rd one. She can break her friend's neck like a twig.
Girls, we all have our special qualities. Why, Dorothy, you're the smart one, and Blanche, you're the sexy one, and Sophia, you're the old one, and I'm the nice one. Everybody likes me.
The old one isn't so crazy about you.
Well, you know, there has been something on my mind. What if I should pass away? And Dorothy, if you were to give my eulogy, what would you say?
Oh, come on, Blanche.
No, I'm serious, Dorothy. What would you say?
Well, I guess I'd say you're a lovely, generous person and one of the best friends I ever had.
Nothing about my looks?
I'd say you're one of my prettiest friends.
One of?
The Blanche, the prettiest. What would you say about me?
Well, I would say that I always felt safe having you in the house. And I would say that I always enjoyed talking to you when I'd come home from one of my numerous dates. And I would say that I always looked up to you like an older sister.
Oh, and I forgot one thing. I'd also say you're fat.
One thing I know is I have not lost my hourglass figure.
Well, it looks like someone poured about 90 minutes extra sand into it.
Girls, let's stop this cattiness. We're all dear friends.
Rose with the voice of reason.
You know, when you want to lose weight, you need to drink lots and lots of water. It's really difficult for me because I stopped drinking all liquids at noon and I still have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom.
I never have that problem, never. I sleep like a log. I never get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I go in the morning, first thing in the morning like clockwork, 7 a.m. Unfortunately, I don't wake up until 8.
You'll have to excuse my mother. She suffered a slight stroke a few years ago and it rendered her totally annoying.
Oh, Dorothy, a man called while you were out. Called for you.
Well, that's great. Let's break open that bottle of champagne we've been saving.
Ma.
Hey, I mean it, Dorothy. We might not get another chance.
Oh, sure we will. We can serve it at the wake.
Girls, tell you what, let's all go out into the kitchen and we'll make some popcorn and we'll put in an old movie. It'll be like having a pajama party. Come on, it'll be fun. Okay. A pajama party with no boys?
Oh, I'll get that. That's probably the neighborhood watch. I was wondering when they'd get here. Come on in.
Hey, Sophia, we're all here. Are you ready?
In a minute.
I sure hope we catch them tonight. The Flasher, who's been running around the neighborhood every Saturday night for the past month.
So our mission is to catch Flash Gordon? How are we gonna recognize him?
He wears nothing but boxer shorts covered with hearts, and he smiles at all the ladies.
Do the ladies smile back?
Now remember, if you happen to see this flasher, don't go after him yourself. Just make a loud noise, and we'll all come a-running.
We'll all come a-walking.
Couldn't we all just phone for help?
You know it's me when you hear.
Intermission! Last call for your final destination, Act 2.
Excuse me, Captain. Why, certainly, Porter. It's a beautiful day to start a cruise, isn't it?
Aye, sir, it is.
Can I see you wearing your lucky welcome aboard pin, Porter?
Yes, it was given to me by my mother for my first cruise, and it hasn't let me down yet.
You're a good man, Porter. Be careful there now, don't hurt yourself.
I'll be right back with the last of the luggage.
Oh, Charlene, can you believe it? We're going on a cruise, a real cruise, on a real ship, on a real ocean, to a real foreign country, London.
Yeah, ain't it something? Gee, I sure hope we can understand what they're saying to us. Don't be silly, Charlene. They talk just like you and me.
Welcome aboard, ladies. Good day.
Did you hear that? He called us ladies. Are you the ship's greeter?
No, I'm not the ship's greeter. I'm the captain. Captain.
Pleased to meet you, your captainship. Sir. Captain. Likewise, I'm sure.
You two young ladies, have a good time. Enjoy yourselves.
Oh, we intend to, especially if you got any single princes and dukes or oils. Come on, Charlie, let's stand over here and watch the passengers as they board. Now, try to look nonchalant. Oh, look, here comes a couple of cuties now.
Hey, Danny, you remember what Chuck Berry said when we let him out of that closet? Yeah, that was very nice.
Hiya, fellas, going our way?
Well, if you're on this cruise, I'd say yes. At least until we get to London.
You're so funny. So what are you two fellas doing in London?
Well, we're going to our 25th class reunion at Oxford.
Oxford?
That's right. Class of double goose eggs, a turn of the century class. Isn't that right, Dwight?
You bet. Good day, ladies.
Good day, Captain. Well, boys, that didn't take long.
Well, I couldn't see the need to mail the postcards before we even left the docks.
Of course you mail the cards before you leave. That way the cards arrive before you get home. Aren't you going to introduce us to your new friends? Yes, please do.
No, actually, we don't even know their names.
I'm Trudy, and I'm Charlene. Charlene Charlotte.
And I'm Don. Just Don. Don Coates. And these are...
Your wives.
Yes. This is my wife, Vera Coates.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Vera Coates. I'll bet she's vain.
And I'm Dwight Wright, and this is my wife, Bright.
How do you do?
Pretty good, thanks. Bright.
Yes.
Bright.
Why, yes.
Not so fast, Charlene Charlotte. Hi, Trudy. Hey, let's go find our room. Maybe our bags are there. Yeah. See you boys later.
Well, boys, do we know where our rooms are?
Oh, Mother, this is so exciting. We've been cruising from New York to London.
Oh, yes, dear. The Olympic is held up quite well.
Good day, ladies.
Oh, hello, Captain Sinker.
Captain Sinker?
Oh, how I hate that name. And how are you, Martha? It's so good to see you again.
I know you hate that name. I'm fine, thank you, Horace.
Captain Sinker?
Yes, dear.
The name is like a curse.
Well, my ex-boyfriend Freddie goes to Dr. Sick.
Oh, I am so glad you broke up with that boor. There, now you see, Captain, it could be worse.
I suppose so, yes.
Mother, this ship is so big and so solid.
Yes, it is. And we We have swimming pool and tennis courts. There's nothing like it afloat. We've nicknamed her Old Reliable. And I can tell you that she actually sunk a German U-boat during the war.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I do ramble on about the old girl. Tell me, Martha, how was your brother Elmer?
Oh, thank you for asking. But I'm sorry to tell you he's recently departed this world. We're on our way to London for his memorial service.
And the reading of the will.
Hush, dear.
I'm so sorry to hear that. He was a good man to work for. And I can tell you the old line hasn't been the same since his retirement a few years back.
Well, thank you, Captain. It's certainly good to see you again. I'm sure we'll have time to catch up during the crossing.
I am looking forward to it.
As shall I. Come along, dear.
Watch your step. And welcome aboard to the RMS Olympic. All hands forward! Prepare to disembark! All hands aft! Prepare to disembark!
Oh, Mother, can we watch as the ship pulls away from the dock?
Of course, dear.
Hurry up here, Porter. And wait out, Jim.
Oops! Something broke! Smells like brandy perfume! I do so enjoy watching the debarkation. Why, it's like turning a new page in the book of life. Like beginning a new adventure.
Oh, yes, Mother, I agree. This is so exciting. Tell me more about rich Uncle Albert.
Oh, hush, dear. You mustn't use the word rich. You never know who might be listening.
But he was, you know, wasn't he?
Well, yes, he was.
Did I ever meet him?
Well, he came to your christening. In fact, he came on this very ship, the Olympic. Why, that's where I first met Captain Sinker.
Mother, do you feel that the ship is leaning?
Yes, dear.
So that's how you knew Captain Sinker's name?
Yes, dear. Your uncle did quite well for himself. Eventually, he was made a partner in the White Star Line, although I was always surprised that he never married. Well, the line, and this ship especially, was so important during the war. Why, it transported thousands of Canadian soldiers to the front. That's how she earned the name Old Reliable.
And what about Aunt Carrie?
Well,
you never mentioned her.
I know.
In fact, you only speak of you and Uncle Albert.
I know, dear. Your dear departed father and I felt it was much better if we simply not even mention her name.
Tell me.
Oh, our younger sister Carrie was determined to be wealthy by whatever means necessary.
Was she a robber?
Oh, she was everything, evil and bad. Why, as a young girl, she would steal from the other children in school. She would make up schemes to defraud them out of a toy or a bicycle.
Oh, dear.
As she grew up, so did her schemes. Why, she was always defrauding people out of their life savings. Once, they say that she even picked the pocket of a famous mobster in Chicago expecting to get some pocket change. Instead, they say she obtained some very damaging information and that the mob has been looking for her ever since.
That sounds serious.
Oh, it is, dear. Very serious. And if the mob ever catches up with her, there will be, pardon my language, heck to pay.
Well, I'm sure she's a long way from here now.
Oh, I hope
myself. I am Aloysius A. Board, attorney with the firm Show, Toomey and Board. I believe my father, Mr. Billboard, told you I would be coming with you on this trip.
Why, yes. Yes, he did. Although, as many years as I've known your father, he never once mentioned what an attractive young son he had.
I apologize for not finding you sooner before we sailed. I was so concerned about missing the departure that I arrived very early. I went to my room where I lay down for a few-minute nap, and the next thing I knew, the whistle blew.
Oh, I quite understand. Well, thank you for coming on such short notice.
My father said he would have come himself, but there was an important partners meeting this week, so I've been selected to accompany you. He told me to tell you, when there's a will, let's away.
Well, that sounds like a Billboard line. You know, I think you're going to work out perfectly. Did your father tell you what this was all about?
He explained some of it, but perhaps you'd better tell me in your own words.
Well, a few days ago, I received a telegram informing me that my brother had died in a suspicious fire. We are on our way to London for his memorial service next week, my daughter and I.
I see.
Not completely. Following the service, there is going to be a reading of the will.
And as I understand it, you are to receive everything.
Not completely.
I see.
Not completely. You see, there is a third sibling who is mentioned in the will.
I see.
Not completely. She is a scoundrel, a scalawag, and a thief.
So why is she still in the will?
Years ago, when my brother first established the will, he wanted everything to be divided equally between his two remaining sisters. But then, when he heard that my sister was being hunted by the mob, he immediately disinherited her. Why, he had couriered to me this codicil to the will that entirely writes her out of any inheritance. This document must make it to the reading of the will, otherwise it will stand as it is currently written, and everything will be divided between two of us.
But won't your brother's attorney already have a copy of the codicil?
I am told it was destroyed in the fire.
I see.
Completely destroyed in the fire. I need you to help me. I need you to make sure that this document makes it safely to the reading of the will, and I need you to act as my legal counsel. I am certain that somehow my conniving sister will hear of this, and she would stop at nothing to destroy it.
I promise you I will guard this with my life, Mrs. White.
Gadzooks! Let's get it! As I was trying to say, it's getting harder to be a villain all the time. Baggage handler, server, always looking over my shoulder for the mob. No, what's a poor villain to do? Clever plan. Why, wearing one of my very clever disguises, I would walk right up to my unsuspecting sister and demand her purse containing the change to the will, which I would promptly throw overboard. Then I would disappear, only to change yet again into one of my clever disguises, which would get me to London and to the reading of the will. But now she's given the envelope to that young attorney. I must develop a scheme. Yes, a scheme.
Mr. Ward, I cannot tell you how much better I feel. In fact, I think I shall go to my room now and unpack. Thank you, and good day.
Good day, Mrs. White.
Well, good afternoon, folks. A lovely day to set sail, isn't it? Hello, isn't it?
We just thought we'd come out for some fresh air.
I can understand why.
Excuse me, Captain?
I mean, I can understand why. Why would you want to miss this? The fresh sea air, the humming of the engines. The ocean is a wonderful thing.
Well, excuse me, Captain. My name is Don Coates, and this is my wife, Vera.
How do you do, Mr. Coates?
And your name, Captain?
I beg your pardon?
Your name. What is your name?
name? Oh, my name is Captain.
I didn't quite get that.
I can understand why, my dear. Why don't you walk her around the deck a little bit?
What?
Why don't you walk her around the deck a little bit and air her clothes out? I knew she had an air about her when she came on board, but I never thought she smelled like a hypo.
I never did get his name, did you?
No. Oh, well, let's go over this way. I believe the tennis courts are over here.
It sure would be nice to have a glass of brandy while we play, but I guess the broken flask is taking care of that. I can't even believe that order.
Hello, my name is Star White. Isn't this exciting?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, this is exciting.
So exciting.
She's so beautiful.
He is so handsome. I feel as if I'm being swept off my feet. Oh, excuse me.
My pleasure, miss. The pleasure's all mine. It's very pleasurable. My name's Aloysius A. Board, and yours?
My name is Star White. Oh, if he only knew the pleasure I felt there in his arms.
Star White, the most beautiful star I'll see tonight. I believe we experienced a bit of ship tip there.
How cleverly he puts his words together. Ship tip. I'm sure he's well educated.
Is this your first cruise?
Why, yes, it is.
Mine too.
We have so much in common.
But are you traveling with your husband?
No, I'm not married. I'm traveling with my mother. Are you traveling with your wife?
No, I'm not married. I'm traveling alone. Actually, I'm escorting a woman and her daughter to London for the reading of a will. Is it you?
How can it be that this wonderful new man in my life will be escorting me and my mother to London for the next few days, and then there for several days, and then the return trip home for several days? Yes, it is me.
Can it be that I am fortunate enough to spend the next several days with this wonderful new woman in my life, then a few days in London, and to top that off with a return cruise to New York? Oh, I truly am fortunate. Excuse me, what are you doing there?
Oh, why, I'm begging your pardon, sir. Sure, I must have lost me balance due to the tipping of the ship. Oh, but it won't happen again.
It better not. Now off with you. Wait, was he trying to get this?
Get what?
This envelope. Your mother gave it to me for safekeeping.
Is that the concept?
Yes, it is. So you know about this?
It's a very important document.
I'll say it is.
Very important indeed. So important, in fact, I believe that server just tried to steal it from my pocket.
Do you really think so?
I know so. In fact, I believe that was the same server who appeared to be listening to our conversation when your mother gave me the envelope. I have an idea. You keep the envelope. If that server tries to steal it again, the worst that can happen is I won't have it.
Well, of course you won't have it. You love-struck legalitarian. You just gave it to the girl. But now I shall have to devise yet another scheme to get the document from her.
Are you all right with this? I'm sure you won't be in any danger as long as that server continues to think that I have the envelope.
Oh, yes, I'll be fine.
Good. Oh, look at the time. I have to make an important ship-to-shore call in 10 minutes. But first I want to tell your mother what has happened and that you now possess the envelope. It's truly been a pleasure meeting you, Miss White, and I am definitely looking forward to spending the next several days with you.
I, too, am looking forward to the journey.
Pajamas.
this list. A letter postmarked from London. Hey, she looks just like that lady we were told to ask about this. Excuse us. Hello. I'm Charlene, and this is Trudy, and Bea, and Candy. We're participating in a scavenger hunt, and was wondering if you'd happen to have an envelope postmarked in London. Why, yes, It's great. He said you might. Who said I might? Could we have it? Whoever gets the most stuff from this list in the next 5 minutes wins free cruises for life. Free cruises for life? Who told you that? The cruise director. Yes! Yes, yes! This is the second time in just a few minutes someone has tried to get this envelope. I'm sorry, but the answer's going to have to be no. Sure. Well, come on, girls. Let's go try some of the other passengers. Yeah. See you later.
Curses! Obviously, I'll get a rest. Obviously, I'll have to take care of this myself. Nothing a little chloroform can't cure. Oh, now, wait a minute. Do you really think that they could both have exactly the same line? Perhaps one of them made a mistake. Well, to find out for sure, you'll just have to come back to the next show. I believe that this young lady has had too much to drink. I was just about to take her down below, out of the sun, get her some water.
Wait, that voice! I'd recognize it anywhere!
Is it?
Yes! It's my
Not
naughty,
good,
low-down,
low-down, scheming, conniving, snake in the grass sister!
Why, thank you! Well, hello, dear sister. How's tricks?
I believe it is you who has been up to her tricks, Carrie Porter!
Oh, why, Martha? You wrong me. Really, you do.
It is you who are in the wrong, you villain! I even have reason to believe that you had something to do with that suspicious fire in London that killed your brother.
What?
Put her down, you scoundrel!
Put her down, you scoundrel!
Oh boy, there they go again. Repeat and repeat. Oh, very well. After all, it is not her that I want, but her reticule. Yes, containing Uncle Albert's letter, writing me out of the will.
Give me that reticule, you cad!
Well, if you want it, you'll have to come and get it.
Star, are you all right?
I'm wonderful.
Yes, you are. You truly are. She appears to be all right. If you take care of her, I'll go after that scoundrel.
Mother, what happened? Everything went dark. And then, as if in a dream, I was in the embrace of the most wonderful man.
You were, dear.
All right, you thieving villain! Put him up! My mother always told me never hit a member of the opposite sex. I wonder what I should do now.
some time.
All right, I'll meet you. There you are, you villain!
You thief!
You crook!
You scum!
You bum!
Certainly is wonderful that I have such a positive self-image. Why, a lesser person would have been insulted. By the way, have you two met? You seem to have a great deal in common. Me?
Well, what did she do to you?
She stole something from somebody very important to me. And you?
The same.
See? I told you both had a lot in common.
Oh, shut up!
All right.
I'm gonna see that you get turned over to the proper authorities.
Oh, wait now, let's not be too hasty.
Mrs. White, will you go please find the captain? I'm sure there's an area on board that can serve as a brig until we get into London.
Is there a problem here?
Yes, this woman needs to be turned over to the authorities.
Well, who is she?
Her real name is Carrie Porter.
Carrie Porter? The Carrie Porter? Every FBI agent in the country's been looking for this woman.
Don't you just love melodramas?
Every FBI agent! How do you know?
I happen to be one of those agents. What'd she do to you?
She stole this envelope from her sister to defraud her of her rightful inheritance.
And you? What did you...
Hey, where did he go?
Well, from the looks of him, I'd say he was probably a member of the mob. They've been after this villain for some time as well. She's probably better off with us than with them. Come on, you. Let's go ahead and talk with the captain.
Excuse us, folks. Have any of you seen my husband, Don?
Wow. Where have you been?
What do you mean?
I mean, why haven't you come out on deck sooner to get some fresh air?
It seems as if you could use some. My husband, Don.
Oh, he just left, going that way. Can you believe the nerve of some people? Why, she must have started drinking from the moment we left port.
I believe this belongs to you, Miss White.
Oh, Star! I would like for you to meet Mr. Aloysius A. Board. He is to be our attorney for the reading of the will.
I know, Mother. We've met.
Yes, we have.
Oh, wonderful! Well, then, I think I shall go and find the captain and make sure that he has my nefarious sister securely behind bars. Why, after tonight, I may need to get behind a bar myself. Well, why don't the two of you get to know each other just a little bit better?
Go for it! Well, Star, it looks like now we'll be able to get that codicil to the reading of the will.
Oh, yes, my Aloysius. I do so appreciate all of your assistance. You were so brave to fight with her.
Yeah, I rather surprised myself. Well, after all, it was for a good cause. Your mother is a client of the firm.
Yes, she is. And I am.
And you are wonderful. And I love you. Will you marry me?
We're going to spend our remaining sunsets and ports of call together.
Oh, Mother, how wonderful. We're both so happy for you.
And we for you as well, dear.
Just imagine, my name will no longer be Star White, but Star Born.
Oh, absolutely nautical.
Oh, and I shall be Mrs. Martha T.
Even better place for you.
So how are you going to get out of it this time?
Martha, it's all a circus. The whole world's a three-ring circus. And you're looking at the main attraction in the center ring. How am I going to get out of this? How am I going to get out of this, you ask? Why, it's easy. You just